All right, hello, welcome everyone. Today we're gonna do we're gonna make a short little stop. We're gonna be playing a little bit more of Legacy in preparation for tomorrow's stream. Tomorrow is gonna be probably the last time I'm gonna be playing as much Legacy in a while, unless another big Legacy tournament shows up. But I want to, play just a couple more leagues right before tomorrow's event. I am 96% locked on this 75. I have been testing this one. This is the one that I had the crazy run with, and this is also very much where I want to be. I feel like I have most of my bases covered with this 75. There are a couple of last, potential changes that we could have. Failure Retreat has been not incredible, but it has been okay. And Spirit of the Labyrinth has been a card that has impressed a lot, so I am always considering adding more copies of this. And even Force of Vigor was okay, but at the same time kind of medium. So maybe this should be like another apparition. Maybe this should be something else for the Taxes matchup, which is fine, but I'm not like super confident on. Particularly against the Yorion versions, like their ability to make up for card advantage is tough. I did submit my deck. Yeah, I submitted this 75, so I'm just going to go with this. And oh, the submission ends. I think it said that the submission went until 4 p.m. Well, I guess that we're not gonna be making any changes then, but we're just gonna be playing a couple of games, just a little bit of testing in preparation. Malimujo. So they could be playing Delver, or they could be playing Death and Taxes. Those are the two decks that Malimujo is well known for. DNT it is. Sure, easy Reclaimer there. Means that if my opponent does have the Plow here, it's not that big of a deal. We already have the Dryad rolled up. Of course, playing the basic forest so we don't get wastelanded. But now if my opponent plays a non-basic, we can actually play Reclaimer plus wasteland them, which could be pretty good. Yep. Reclaimer. Wasteland you. Go. So we're getting boarded here, which is not great, but it's also not the worst. We could Scene it for a Dryad. The problem if we Scene it for a Dryad is that I kind of want to save this Scene it for a Knight of Autumn so I can get rid of this Jite. The good thing is if my opponent plays something, if I Scene it for Dryad this turn, next turn, yeah, no, this is just so much better. Because if I do this right now, next turn I can actually Dryad into Trigger Dryad. If my opponent plays a 3-drop. Also, this kind of shits on my opponent's Rishadan board. Like, it just doesn't do anything. So, like, if they play a 3-drop here, yeah. I don't think my opponent has a Plow. Because I feel like, okay. I feel like they would have used the Plow already if they had it. So float white, play this, keep this. Get a Temple Garden. Activate sack Flagstones. We're gonna get Snow-Covered Plains, and we're gonna get another Oh, we're just gonna get a Valakut, never mind. Boom. Oh, that's right, we can't always yes anymore, because Magic Online hates us. Yeah, that seems like a solid start. I think that my Death and Taxes opponent is gonna struggle to come back from that. Okay, Wasteland comes in place of Bojuki Bog because it's basically a strictly better land. We like Force and Vigor, we like Failure Retreat, we like Skyclave Apparition. Ooze can go, Thalia definitely goes. And the last card is the one that I struggle with the most. I think I do like Arasta. Because usually what I lose to the most is exactly Flicker Wisp. So Arasta takes care of that very effectively. It does get answered by Apparition, which is kind of awkward. So this is like the single card that I'm the most in defense about. What about Tabernacle? I don't think it's very good. Like, it taxes me as well, right? And my opponent can just like wasteland it and be done with it. It's not particularly high EV. It's also a land that doesn't tap for mana, so lands that don't tap for mana very often are not great. I think this hand is close. If we were on the play, I think I would keep this hand. But the problem with this hand is if my opponent goes turn 1 Mom, we kind of lose. So I think I'm going to ship it, try to get something better. This is actually worse. Going to go to 5. This is better, though. We're missing a green source, but we have a bunch of those. So we're going to keep this, we're going to bottom this, and I think we're going to bottom the second Dryad as well. They got a Vial. Pog. Yeah, I'm just gonna go get a basic forest and we're gonna Zenith for Dryad. And then we can library on 2. If they play something of relevance here. Oh, cool, yeah. So this means that we're not going to be able to hold that plow. So if my opponent does have a Mom, we might be in trouble. They don't have a Mom. That's great for us. But they kind of have to have an answer to the Seal Library right now. That counts as an answer. Wait. No. No. Ah! What the fuck? I wanted to... Oh, that's so frustrating, MTGO. Damn it. What I wanted to do was go to upkeep and then plow this on my upkeep. God damn it. Then I would have... this is beginning of draw step, so... Alright. Yeah. I guess we just do that. Shit. That was bad. I think I'm gonna plow the Relic Warder right now. Because my opponent doesn't even have the mana to GT, but I want to protect this plow from Flicker Wisp. Like if my opponent saves... I would have been so far ahead right now if I hadn't been an idiot. Like now if they have Skyclave, we are kind of fucked, honestly. Okay. Phew. I mean, we kind of whiffed there. I'm gonna hold on to one of these. But this Reclaimer is gonna die to a Jite. Oh man, if I had been able to draw on the past turn, this game would be over by now. Guess I pay for this. F's in chat for me. I guess I can just use this Dryad to block this thing. So it's not the worst. We miss on a turn of activation, but there's another Dryad on top. Uh-oh. That's bad. That is real bad. That is really, really, really bad. That is really, really, really bad. But we have Dross. If we find Valakut off the top with this library, we're actually in good shape. Okay, this is so much better for them. Yeah, and remember what I was saying earlier about feeling that I always lose to the card Flicker Wisp, right? Like we see exactly the example that I was trying to present right now, where we just really struggle against flying creatures. All right, Valakut off the top. That does something. So we're gonna put this on top. We're gonna pay mana for this, pay life for this one. And I don't think I attack. Yeah, I don't attack. There's a Dryad on top still. And we have to path on in combat because otherwise... So we just have to hope that somehow this works. It's not great, but... Yeah, so they can save the Flicker Wisp with another Flicker Wisp. Like it's all yeah, they can do all of this nonsense, but if I path on my turn, my opponent can just equip both equipment onto the Stoneforge and then they attack with that. So I have to prevent them from getting GT counters. Otherwise, I'm just fucked. So I'm not gonna shuffle because again, my draw is either Primeval Titan. Oh. Okay, so there's a Dryad on top of my deck. So because I know that there's a Dryad on top of my deck, I'm just gonna shuffle. That is such a sick play. That is such a sick line. Okay, now I have to draw exactly Primeval Titan or exactly Valakut. No, Valakut doesn't do it. It has to be Primeval Titan. Oh, they have the Plow too? Oh, Path to Exile. I'm just dead on board. Brutal. And it was everything because of that stupid upkeep stop that I couldn't... I would have been fine under the old Moto organization of things. But because it was like that extra click that is completely unnecessary that slowed me down. And I was trying to figure out on the fly how to fix it and I didn't have enough time. But I think that we would have won that game easily, honestly. Like our Reclaimer untapped, it was just great. Yeah, I just got mottoed. Sometimes you just get mottoed. Nope, not that one. This one. Well, simply because you haven't restored. No, it's not because I haven't restored everything. It's because there's one more step. You see, before I didn't need to do this. Before there was no need for this because whenever you clicked, you see it just shows it. So because there wasn't that one, I was forced for that one extra step. It just wrecked me. Spike with the raid. Thank you so much, Spike. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I think I'm gonna let my opponent untap with Mom because I have Dryad plus Valakut set up for the next turn. How did the stream end? It was looking good last time I saw over there. And so many follows right there. Lone Crusader, G-Champed, and Achest, and Maxilith, and Scoop 'em Up. All of you, thank you for the follows. And Yechamp, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. So what we're gonna do here is, they got GT, no? They got Skull. Okay, so that probably means that they have GT or something like that in hand already, because otherwise, like, those cards are so much better. But we are in very good shape here. Gonna go get Flagstones. And now we're gonna... No! 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 No, the absolute worst possible draw. Oh my god, this is the saddest timeline, chat. This is just the saddest timeline. Oh my god, I can't believe this just happened. This was literally the only card that I didn't have to draw. God damn it. Alright, so I guess I'm gonna Wasteland them. And I'm just gonna pass the turn, activate Reclaimer. That is so sad. Yeah, we have Vesuva to go get, but I needed to have 3 lands to play the Dryad, and then I was gonna play 2 untapped lands so I could activate Reclaimer. But Vala could enter stacked. So I just can't do it because of that. It's brutal. It's absolutely brutal. Wow. That is incredibly unlucky. They don't have Plow. So now we play Dryad. And this basically guarantees that we're gonna get a trigger, which is nice. So we target the mom. My opponent can... they can Plow the Dryad in response, but we just use Reclaimer to get a land, so we're still fine. They haven't updated Green-White Titan list. I have not. I mean, since I did the intensive testing, I haven't been playing Green-White Titan. So I don't have a list for you. Okay, so I think we just clear their board here while they're tapped out. Oh, that's right. We cannot always yield anymore. Why would they do this? I really wonder. We didn't know how good we had it, chat, you know? Now they can do something like Flicker with their Batterskull to reset the Germ token, but that's just my opponent basically giving up on this match. Yeah. Okay, we're fine. We just Plow this thing, and then we keep on going ham, so we're just good here. Why can't I yield? Because they just you cannot always yes anymore. That is what changed, because when the new update happened, for whatever reason, they thought that that was a good idea to remove that. Who knows? So now, yeah, my opponent just can't win anymore. Pretty sweet. That's a pretty good showing. Secret layer amulets are only full MTGO. Yeah, that's actually a very nice thing that MTGO did right there. Like, they did some terrible things, right? Like they added one extra step in there. They removed the auto yield. They removed the attack offer for some reason at some point. Like, they really fucked up with all of that. But at least they made the Sacred Layer Amulet foil, so you don't go and you're less incentivized to buy a worse version of Amulet, right? Because the foils look so ugly in MTGO. So that is a good move on them, you know? Just like making sure, a little bit helping people out to not get mistaken and to not get the wrong arts of cards. I think that's cool. All right, this is definitely a mulligan. And this is a green source away from being the nuts. How about we add a land to make it even 30? Nah. I think I like this hand. I'm gonna bottom the Dryad. Still bottom because I like foils. Oh, in paper. Or you like foils in MTGO? You're literally the only person. Yeah, not an MTGO. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't mind them? Jack, you have been wrong before. Like, you have been wrong before. But I don't think you have ever been as wrong as right now. I think that you have established the whole new level of wrong. You have outwronged yourself. Okay, so this is the Urza Aeons deck. In the beginning, I thought this matchup was like kind of unwinnable. And the more that I played it, the more that it feels like they either have the nuts or I kind of don't care about all the stuff that they're doing. Like, if they just have a reasonable draw, we tend to be able to outpower their reasonable draws. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm definitely going to play Thalion, too. So this slows down their Embry engine, and next turn we can waste plus Reclaimer. Maybe I should have played the Forest there, just to not show them the Wasteland. Just Wasteland Flaxos. I mean, it does happen. I have done that before. What's the line here? So now that they chaliced me, this Thalia is super awkward right here. Okay, so we're just gonna scene it for one. Playing around this chalice. Next turn we can activate Reclaimer plus Wasteland them. In Yu-Gi, you can say yes to May abilities if the stack isn't empty, and for some reason Yu-Gi players say the phrase priority in Yu-Gi-Oh was awful, and I'm glad it doesn't exist anymore, and I don't understand what they mean. Everything that you just said, phew, just went completely over my head. Caper this match, but I feel your frustration. I feel you, my friend. So now next turn, hopefully we find a land. If we find a land, we might just be in really good shape. Because if we find a land, we can apparition into Wasteland probably. If we find a white source. Alternatively, we could I guess just activate Reclaimer plus waste, which is also fine. Reclaimer getting bogged basically blanks the Embry, unless my opponent figures out that they have to play around it. If there is something else on the stack, you have to decline your abilities. Search for misses timing. It's really weird. It's kind of bizarre. Yu-Gi-Oh! It's a weird game. I never really truly understood how to play it, if I'm being honest. Looks like it's kind of fun though. I wonder if my opponent is like, okay, so they're gonna take it easy. Okay. They made a land drop already, so we shouldn't be scared of something like Karn or whatever. Second Emery. Well, that's... My opponent's graveyard is getting bogged next turn anyway, so... You guys basically every deck is Neoform, and I'm not kidding. That sounds not great. That sounds not great. So I revealed the same Reclaimer twice, which is funny. Zenith doesn't do anything, so we're just going to Wasteland Ancient Tomb. Serve. Let's see what my opponent does. It's not impossible for me to bog them here. Worst case scenario, of course, is they play like an Urza or something. Which they could now. They cannot play Karn, but they could play an Urza. I think I let them draw here because it costs them 1 mana, which means that I'm not getting Urza, which is fine. So they know about both of these cards, but they don't know about both of this. And what this does is actually allows me to play Reclaimer to set up my mana. So I can go Flagstones, sack Flagstones, go get Flagstones. Good old sack Flagstones for Flagstones. It's a land. It's cool. Lands are cool. I like lands. So this should be game? Because we just seen it for Collector Oof. Unless they have main deck Force. This worst technique is Kataki. This is Kataki, but better. Because you can scene it for it. Cannot scene it for Kataki. Mana Traders next month is modern. Nice, nice. Alright, Spirit of the Labyrinth is the not-so here. Deafening Silence, also very, very good. Apparition is good. Force is good. Primetime is unnecessary. Yasharn is actually pretty nuts. It slows multiple of their engines, which is great. Tracker can go. They do like Scavenginess. I think Library can go. Cut a couple of plows. I think I've been cutting all of the plows in this matchup. I can't remember. I should just write my Cyber Guide. I'm probably gonna be working on that tonight. But I think this is what I've been doing. I think this is what I've been doing. Yeah, no tracker. Sian doesn't have a hate card, which I'm not excited about. This sounds better. The best combo with Dryad Arbor is the London Mulligan, so you can just put it back. It's great. Tracker gets checked by Karn and by my own oof. Tracker is not very good. Urza! Urza's bubble reveals deafening silence. Okay. Guess my opponent knows what I'm gonna be doing on my first turn of the game. At this point, the chalice just doesn't really do too much. So they get back Lotus Petal, so this is probably Sai. Okay. But they can't play any spells. Ooh. I think I'm going to Thalia here. Because my opponent is stuck on mana. And yeah, this delays my Reclaimer for one turn, but my Reclaimer was going to be delayed one turn anyway because I would want to play Thalia on my following turn regardless. So playing Thalia here is just more impactful and it's just faster, you know? And now next turn I can Zenith for Reclaimer. Or I can wait one more turn and instead Zenith for Oof. It's probably worse though. Take it. Now that I drew Flagstones, I think it's better for me to Zenith for Reclaimer. They can't force unless they discard their hand, which is kind of hilarious. And we can attack with this Thalia? We can attack with this Thalia. No, we don't. I don't think I want to, because if my opponent, they double block the Thalia, Thalia dies. We kill the Emry, but Thalia dies. If they play another City of Trader or a Tomb, they can actually Karn me, which seems one of the few ways that I get to lose this. But as is, my opponent cannot Karn me unless they basically time walk themselves one turn to play Lotus Petal here. Penis. There is. Thank you for the follow, I guess. Was there a different rule before the event mulligan? Yeah, there were very many different mulligan rules across the years. Many mulligan rules have been a part of Magic. Take one. I mean, all we have to do is we just have to find a Dryad. And this kind of speeds up the ramping process, which is great. So now if they have another city or an ancient tomb, they can play a Karn. Worst case scenario would be blue source plus Urza, which might be what's happening here. Obviously that's the worst case scenario because it means that now, yep, this is the worst case scenario. Muddy Ice MTG, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub, Matt. 9 months supporting the stream. Thank you, thank you. So now my opponent's mana is unlocked, but they are still stuck by one spell a turn. Also, if we find the Dryad, I think that we straight up just win the game. We're gonna see what they get back with Emry. Depending on what they get, I might be forced to go get Bojuka Bog. Depends on what they target. Like if they target Ballista, I might be forced to get Bajuka Bog. Yep, there's the Ballista. Because the village just grows a little bit too quickly for my taste. No, Chili Wrangler. The original mulligan rule was that you looked at your opener hand, and if you had no lands and you had all lands, you showed your hand to your opponent, and then you mulliganed. Then they changed it, so I can't remember what the next one was. Then for the longest time, the rule was that you just choose to mulligan. Magic Commons, thank you for the follow. For the longest time, the rule was simply that you would just choose if you wanted to mulligan, and if you wanted to mulligan, you would just shuffle your deck and draw a card. It's not bad. Not bad at all. Also, my opponent sacked both of their tokens. This doesn't look like no enemy. No, it is not. I mean, this is kind of thy enemy in Legacy, in a way. So that's my opponent's spell for the turn, which is not very scary. Yeah, then there was the Scry one, and then we are blessed with the London Mulligan since a while ago. They attack with the Construct. I think I'm going to double block with Thalia and one of the Reclaimers. Suck Forest. Get Flagstones. So they kill Thalia, but that's great for us because we have a second one that was doing nothing. And now the Construct's gone. I think we might be in okay shape here. They literally don't have creatures that they can play. They already played their spell for the turn, which was the Opal. Apparition is sick. Apparition is just so sick right here. Damn it, we also do the Green Sun Zenith? Well, we're paying 8. So we have a couple of options. I think we're going to lead on Apparition. Kill Urza, and now we're just going to Zenith for player land, and we're just gonna Zenith for Collector Oof. Jeez, this is such a beating. This was such a beating. Insane. Yeah, man, I just feel like that matchup used to feel so unwinnable. And since I added the third apparition and I added the Spirit of the Labyrinths, it just feels like I feel like I'm 5-0 against it in the last 5 times that I played it. It's basically your opponent needs to have one of those like crazy turn 1 do a bunch of shit and like LED Aeons you. If they have that kind of hand, or they have a turn 2 Conjugate Creator hand, those are the times that it's not close. And I have beaten Conjugate Creator on turn 2 before, thanks to Collector Oof. So if they go turn 2 Karn and you go turn 2 Oof, even if you're on the draw, you can kind of keep up with them. But when they have one of those like good draws, but like a little bit just slightly on the slow side, I just feel like I run them over so hard. Huh. Sure. Let's keep this. It's a little bit of a weird hand, but we have turn 1 Dryad. If my opponent has like Vase into Wasteland or something like that, we might be in trouble. They're playing Delver. I think I'm gonna waste them. This is something, even on the draw, when my opponent already has a Delver in play, I have been doing this very aggressively, and it's been working out. The main reason for that, it's because even though my opponent has Stifle, oh shit. Even though they might... It's a cool one. So I'm gonna upkeep Blouder thing. Even though they... what am I trying to say here? Even though like they get a Delver and they get a hit in or whatever, you're still in a situation where by the time, like, because I wastelanded on 1 and they wasted back or whatever, we are in a situation where if I find a Reclaimer, my Reclaimer is going to be a 3-4 already. I'm going to Stifle here before my opponent has... I'm going to fetch here before my opponent has Stifle available. And I'm going to get a Savannah because I don't care if I get Wastelanded. And this allows me to operation on the next turn if I want to. Do I prefer Modern or Legacy right now? I mean, the fact that this is my brew that I've been working on for a while and that like I am actually winning a lot with it, that definitely makes it so I have a little bit of a bias towards Legacy right now. Just because it's kind of not stale. But yeah, but look at this. So now we've seen it for 1. We're probably gonna get dazed. It's probably okay. Yeah. We set them back a little bit. But if they play Arcanist, now we can Apparition them, which is nice. Apparition your dude. Is Apparition Stifleable? Yes, yes it is. Can't wait to take this list. I know 5 will live with it. Yeah, Doomwake has been trying it out, and let's say that he hasn't been killing with it. He has not been killing with it. So we just play Scavenginus here. This is actually awkward. I think I'm gonna YOLO. I think I'm gonna YOLO here. We Raminap into nice, it resolved. Raminap into... Yeah, we're just gonna play Reclaimer. Raminap into fetch. Play my Reclaimer. Pass the turn. So now if they want to attack, they need to have found a Bolt. And they still can't attack with Arcanist. I could have played Scavenginus there, but my opponent could have... Like, they choose the Chain Lightning as a target, for example, and then they stifle my Scavenginus activation. So I think that this is just better. Also, it puts more bodies on the table. I have a question about the activation of Emry. It says tap choose, so it means that you get priority before they choose the artifact, while NMTG doesn't work. No, so they choose the artifact and then the ability goes on the stack. Don't get those confused. They tap, they have to choose a target, and after they choose a target, that's when you choose. Well, they can't have force. because they only have one card. And I think it's Stifle, but they Brainstorm, so it could be something else at this point. So we're gonna get Fetchland and Wasteland. Thank you for the follow, Tartello, and WF Base as well. Missed your follow, sorry about that. We are in pretty good shape here. If they indeed do still have the Stifle, obviously I care way more about the Arcanist than I do about this young Pyromancer. Like the one when tokens are completely irrelevant. And now, yeah, sure, I'll activate here. Stifle? Oh no! I didn't see that coming. So they need to have found exactly Lightning Bolt here in order for us to have a game. Okay, we don't have a game anymore. G effing G's. Ba 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 ba. This is how we do it. Ba 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 ba. This is how we do it. Ba 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 ba. We're playing against Delver. We want Waste. We want Path. We want Spirits. We want Apparition. We want Arasta. Titan. Yasharn. Tracker's a little bit on the slow side. On the draw, I think I have been cutting Thalias. And then on the play, the Thalias come back. There. Never mind, let's do this. Sweet, made it. All right, yeah. Yep. Sand works. Start with this. Same plan that I was talking about earlier. We might get stifled here. We're probably gonna get stifled. Yeah, that's fine. Seen it for Dryad first. What's up, Donnie? How's it going? Thank you for that follow there. Spoo2. Thank you for that. Yeah, I'm not trading, thank you. Let's do this now. We're running into days, but I think I'm okay with that. But this is more mana efficient. So we're trying to dodge Lightning Bolt. There's the days. Ha! They could have held up. They could have held on to that days and they didn't. What does that mean? Could have actually dazed me there. Wasteland. Sure. Grow, my dude. I dare you. I double dare you, opponent. Spider ready to slide into the weekend watches and legs. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Weekend's coming in hot. Young PC. Oh, I should have actually done this in response to the young PC, because now my opponent can actually... They could have stifled me here. Seems like they don't have the stifle. Four speeching days. This is not the best Arcanist I've ever seen. We are gonna play a land though. I think we're just gonna copy one of my opponents at this point. Yeah, let's copy my opponents. This is what I'm gonna sack after I'm out of Flagstones. But they don't have good attacks. Unless they top deck exactly Lightning Bolt. You have to be kidding me, really? They top deck exactly Lightning Bolt? What did I just fucking say? What did I just fucking say? God damn it. Ugh. So let's say they go face with this. We go to 7, 4. We block here. We go down to 2. I think we'll let them go. Because what this does is this lets me... Okay, so they do go face. And they're suiciding their Young Pyromancer into my Elvish Reclaimer. So they're just trying to put themselves in a position where the Delver is lethal next turn. Okay. Now we can draw the Valakut, but we cannot draw the other planes. It's an interesting one. So we can kill the Delver. Block, block. Block, block, kill. We're exactly dead. I guess I fucked up. Yeah, I fucked up. I think I had to start by Once Upon a Timing. Wow, I can't believe that they just stopped deck the fucking the fucking Lightning Bolt on the one turn that they had. That's crazy to me. Yeah. My opponent very smartly right-click attacks all. Why are the elemental token both of resurgence tokens? I have no idea. That has been like that since the previous update. How did I never see this? That's a great gif. I had never seen that before. That's crazy. Still think for them was better to kill Reclaimer there. I think it would have been better to target Reclaimer, yeah. Because it was a lethal attack, right? So I had to block anyway. From the time Prof still cared about MTGO. Those were the times. Shunda, thank you for the follow. From the time where Pauper was only a thing on Moto. Well, this hand's greedy. And this hand's bad. Not the best combination. If this were a basic Plains or a Savannah, I might consider keeping this, but the opener having both Valakut and Vesuva, not where you want to be. I see Popper is a thing outside of MTG right now, yeah. Popper. Let's go to 5. And this hand is pretty good. Keep. We're gonna bottom the redundant Reclaimer. We're definitely bottoming Apparition. And I think I'm bottoming the redundant Reclaimer, even though it feels pretty bad. Smile Trade, I think, is really helping popularizing Legacy. It's possible. I think Legacy is in a pretty good spot right now, so definitely happy to see it. Yeah, let's get Windswept Heath. And I think I'm gonna turn 1. Get a basic Forest, Zenith for Dryad. Very fortunate that we've mulled to 5 and my opponent also mulled to 5. Bolt me, please. Please bolt me. Yeah, that I'm not so stoked about. This one's actually pretty good right now. If they have a 4, they kind of have to use it here. Otherwise, this just undoes my mulligan. Submerge my Dryad Arbor. Now the question is, do I play this Reclaimer right now? It does get killed by this Lava Man. But that's also my opponent's turn. Now let's save it. Let's save it. Yeah, well, good thing I didn't expose the Reclaimer there. Oof. Yeah, just pay for everything here. Honestly, very, very sad that we missed the land drop there. It's gonna hardcast Daze. This is fine. If they hardcast Daze here, that's okay, yeah. That's cool, that's cool. I would have loved to have found a fetch land there. Oh, please. Yes. Yes. That's the best thing that could have happened to me. Now the Reclaimer is a 3/4. My opponent can't do shit about it. And we even get to wasteland them. Wow. I don't think I'm going to be paying any more life, however. So what we're going to do, though, is go after that red source. Maybe we get stifled. That's also not the end of the world, honestly. We do get stifled. Okay, so my opponent is down to one single card in hand. That's a beating. Middle-aged players are not 100% sure on how to approach the matchup against this deck, which is an amazing edge for big tournaments. I would probably not be sure as well. I don't know. It's been... we do it pretty well with the deck. I'm gonna deny that. I think I'm gonna get a second white source here because of... Okay, so down to 0 cards from my opponent. And they drew an Arcanist. Okay, young PC is not the worst. Second Reclaimer. Okay. I think I'm gonna pay 1 more life. Oh my god, they have a basic. Brutal. Well, actually... yeah, actually, I think that we just jammed that, right? It means that my opponent's cantrips don't do anything. And it's not like this library is doing too much for me already. So this just blanks my opponent's cantrips. So their hand needs to be exactly double lightning bolt, and it isn't, unsurprisingly. 3-0. It's looking good. I'm feeling this deck, chat. I am feeling this deck. Are you supporting the Baby Golf song when you swing in with Reclaimer? I should, right? That's so crazy. Like, my 1-drop just killed my opponent in 3 turns, right? I played a 1-drop. My opponent played their own 1-drop to blank my 1-drop. But then my 1-drop just killed them. So I guess that Pity Needle against Eldritch Reclaimer, maybe it's not what you want to be doing, huh? Is my favorite card Reclaimer? That's a good question. I think this guy is still my favorite card, but I think that at this point, Reclaimer has gotten to the second spot. Before my top three favorite cards were Primetime, Knight of the Reliquary, and Tireless Tracker, and now I think we're more into a situation where we have Primetime, Reclaimer, Knight of the Reliquary, and Tracker in 4th place. Sure, we're doing fine with lands, so I think I'm gonna do this. Knight over Tracker. I do love Knight of the Reliquary. I do like that card a lot. It's really unfortunate that it's just not very good. Very, very unfortunate that it's not very good. Eldritch Reclaimer is the best 1-drop since there's how much from it. Why would I change your mind when you are correct? It's my favorite color, red. Yeah, exactly. Red, best color. Daisy is not great there, but it's also not the end of the world because we have this Plow chilling. That is the end of the world, though. That is a bad top deck. That is a real bad top deck. Basic Mountain. Alright. True name. True name. Remember when this card was like busted and people wanted this card banned and stuff? What is my favorite Primeval Titan card? M11. But I have M12s here because when I bought them, they were cheaper. It makes me sad every time I see them. It's a Dryad. Yeah, I know. It's bad. True name is just a fairy from yesteryear. It kind of is, right? It kind of is. So if my opponent attacks and they chain lining my collector, oof. I think I just let that resolve, actually. If I were them, I would probably be more interested in pondering. What do we want to kill? I think we killed it, Red Horde. Just Dryad doing Dryad things. Just Dryad doing Dryad things. You love to see it. That is just so great. That is so freaking great. Alright, show me that force, opponent. Show me that force, because it cannot be an ace. It needs to be exactly force plus blue card. Show it to me. Brainstorm. We are a digging. Force plus blue card or you lose, opponent. Ah, damn it. That sucks. Are we supposed to attack here? They throw everything in front of this. I kill young PC and elemental token. No, I'm not supposed to attack. They could have fetched and they didn't, so whatever they have on top of the deck must be good for them. How crazy is it that we are where we are and still like we would have won? Not gonna fetch because the token doesn't do shit, so. This land doesn't do shit either, but. I mean, we're technically not dead. We're technically not dead. And now I think we just cannot outrace the true name. Yep. Wow. Close, very close. Very, very close. And honestly, I think it was in a big way because that we draw that oof. If instead of this being a collector oof, it would have been like basically anything else, like a ramming up, a Skyclave apparition, even a library would have been insane. But the fact that we drew that collector oof earlier in the game ended up being a game losing situation. I guess a young PC version. Do I want Knuckle? Maybe. Huh, that's interesting. I don't think I do. Like, I don't care too much about the Pyromancer tokens. One lander against Delver in the 30 land deck. Not where I'd like to be. This hand is good though. I think I'd rather have Path instead of Apparition. Apparition. Let's get a Thalia. Have we been a position agented yet? No, we have not. Reclaimer survives. Sick. Let's find a fetch land, shall we? Can we find a fetch land? Oh. There's that one too. I think I'm gonna Thalia them here. My opponent will probably need to Daze this, which is effectively... Oh, they force. Sure. And now next turn we can Library plus Wasteland. Or Library plus Path, depending on what they do. Oh, that's nice. If they flip, we're still kind of okay. That's pretty sick. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? They could have an answer to the Thalia, which is the only thing that kind of scares me. We can't double spell and we also can't activate Reclaimer. And we can't Path plus activate Reclaimer. I think I'm going to take this turn to Library. And I'm not going to attack. Well, actually? Yeah, I'm not going to attack because my life total matters more than my opponent's. And if they bolt the Thalia, they can potentially do more stuff. So we're just going to stay here. But now we're more likely to find the Flagstones, to find the Raminab. Like, those are the cards that we're looking for right here. Plow. True name could be a problem. Ponder, not so much. Maybe attack with Thalia. No, same thing, right? Like my opponent could have submerge. They submerge my Reclaimer. They chose to not shuffle, so whatever they have must be solid. We're in a path right now. So if my opponent does have a counter spell, they don't get 2 tokens, they only get 1. Do we search Flagstones? Yes, that's the plan. We have to get the engine rolling. So they're just doing this so they get a free shuffle from the path. Which is probably okay. They are gonna get value from this path to exile, which sucks a little bit, but it's fine. And now I think I'm gonna sack the Wasteland to get Flagstones. Damn it, I kind of want both of this. They have double Wasteland though, which is really annoying. But I can't double spell. And by double spell, I mean like play a spell and get Reclaimer. Like I really wish we would have found a land here so that I could actually do both things. If I could Apparition exile this plus get to activate Reclaimer this turn, I think we would be in really good shape. Unfortunately, we can't. We probably have to pay the life here, though. It's a little bit annoying. And we're kind of slowing ourselves down a little bit here. I guess it depends a lot on how much does my opponent need the mana. But my endgame is obviously field here, right? And Wasteland does a good job at slowing that down, making it awkward. At least they don't have good attacks for now. But as soon as they find True Name, that's when we start to be in trouble. That one's not that big of a deal. That one we can work with. Wasteland my Dread Arbor. Okay. It's basically the same, like sacrificing that or sacrificing flagstones is basically the same as far as amount of lands that I have in play. Let's go to plains. Let's get another flagstones. Land. Put that on top. Put that on top. Spirit not really doing too much right now, unfortunately. Gonna kill the Delver. It's kind of awkward here. Like, I wish I could get rid of these dudes, but Delver is the one that actually has good attacks if it flips. They should have wasted my flagstones in their end step. It's possible. It certainly is possible. We can make them use... Now we're just gonna get another flagstones here. We just wanna... By the time I start triggering field, I wanna make sure that I get all of the triggers, you know? My opponent can't do anything to stop me. Oh, hello there. Sexy man. I think we're gonna keep the sexy man on top though. That sounds bad. That sounds bad. That sounds pretty bad. I'm surprised they didn't cycle last turn. Like, they're not doing anything with the mana anyway. Clearly they need stuff. Arcanist. Guy's okay. So this is gonna force the wasteland. That's why the mature audience stag is here, exactly. Oh, I thought I bottomed you, huh? I thought I bottomed you too. But this is actually fine. So we're in good shape now. Unless, I mean, I guess the last two cards could be force plus blue card. But if they are not... There's Savannah. There's Valakut. You're dead. Oh, that's right, no auto yields anymore. This is gonna get to me eventually. Now Thalia can actually get in there. So my opponent doesn't have good attacks. I could kill the Yamparmancer here. I don't think there's a need for that. Because next turn we're going to double up thanks to Valakut. So yeah, my opponent just backs it in. Sweet. Game 3 against Blue Red Delver. You think the triple logs are for them? Yes, I think so. Because Thalia's not doing anything at that point, right? So, like, even, and if I want to blow them out, I could sack the land to kill the young PC, and then they are just, like, chump blocking. I think that the triple block is bad for them there, yeah. I guess we go with this. Library I'm a little bit iffy on. It was great that game though. I'm just gonna say that. Like, Library really shined in that specific game. This is an interesting hand. It's a slow one, but it does have some pretty good catch-up mechanisms. It is bad against specifically these. But this seems fine to me. And that's also a nice draw because it means I don't need to play field on one. Because if I played field on one, my opponent just wastelands me. Like it's just so bad. Arcanist. Let's find the basic forest. Here's the spirit. So that means they can't cantrip to find bolt. I mean, they can just counter this, but if they have bolt, we're in tough shape. Like if they have bolt into cantrip, we're in really, really bad shape. But they need to have exactly that. Exactly lightning bolt or like chain lightning, whatever, into cantrip. Oh no! No, opponent, no! No, opponent, no! Oh god, says my opponent! Oh no! Oh no, opponent. Oh yikes! Oh yikes! Oh! Woof! That is a big, big, big woof. Hashtag sequencing, like they would have been perfectly fine if they had led on the chain lining. Dace. Okay. I think we're jamming Arasta next turn. I mean, we have to jam Arasta now because because of true name, but I think we were jamming Arasta regardless. Oh, okay. Okay, what is this right here? What does this mean? Gracias. Why don't I run one of Tower Souls? Because the mana is bad. Same reason why I don't like Cavern of Souls in the modern version of the deck. Except in Legacy it's even worse because I'm running less lands. I think we have to Arasta here. We're running 2 days, but I think we have to, unfortunately. Yes, that's stuck. And if they want to attack, they have to suicide their Dreadhorde into my thing. Oh, okay. That is gonna win them the race. Fuck. Alright, can we out-race them? So I guess we have to draw prime time in order to outrace them because they still have the Arcanist. I guess Bog does it. Valakut does it. Dark Goldfish for the follow. Hey, One Blubber. This is very tough. The second true name was a really big deal. We were very fine with the first one. Like, we were going to outrace it very easily. But now we kind of can't anymore. And that really sucks. Wow. Are we gonna lose a game where my opponent just brainstormed into a Spirit of the Labyrinth? Just because this card is busted? One turn too late, bro. One turn too late. One turn too late, bro. One turn too fucking late. Feels bad, man. If we have it on the play, we win this game. Yep. Womp womp womp. Feels real bad, man. Feels real bad. One draw step away. One draw step away. It's okay. I don't think there was any way that we could have played around the second true name. Like, we had the first one very easily covered, but the second one was just too much. I mean, it's not that the card is busted, it's just more busted things have shown up. Okay. This hand would arguably be better as a 6-card hand, which is a funny thing to say, but if we had mulligan, we would be in better shape. Shadow? Let's go. Snuff out. Snuff out one time. They chose to shuffle. Double plow is sick. Not gonna attack them, right? It's a shadow deck after all, so not gonna make their work for them. They got a C? That is so weird. There it is. Zenith for 1. Reclaimer. Your go. We know they have a Water Grave in hand. So we know that a Shadow is not going to be deployed this turn. Which is good. And I love how we're the fetch land decks in the format, right? The only 2 decks in the format playing fetches. My opponent's deck and mine. What is my opponent thinking about? Like, there are no choices. Okay. After some careful consideration, they have figured out that they wanted to discard that Source of Plowshares and not this one. This was the good one. This is not so good. Well, we're definitely going to untap here. Oh, hello. Then we're going to attempt to do this. See what's up. Nothing's up. Now we're going to fetch for a basic forest. And we're going to pass the turn. I could try to play the library, but I think it's possible my opponent might have days. Disagree on their pick, yeah. I think this one was the good one. I mean, it resolved, right? So clearly this one was better than the other one, but maybe my opponent made a mistake there. I'm definitely sucking this strat over here. Huh. I wonder if they're playing Stifle and I should have done this in my main phase. Just an angler? Sure, you get a big fish. You got a big fish, and you got a Death Shadow. Actually, let's do this now. Because this just represents a free chump blocker. So... we can get a free chump on the way out, which is nice. Scourge didn't pick up in Legacy, right? It's just not as easy to leverage. Okay, that's a card that is kind of all over the place in Modern, but it seems like it could have... I guess it's similar to Tarmogoyf, and basically no deck plays Goyf in Legacy. So maybe just like the difference between 1 mana for Shadow and 2 mana for Scourge is just too much to overcome. Which makes it so Shadow is just the better card. Reanimate Street Wraith. Do we care about this? It makes the Shadow big. But we could bog them here. I think I'm gonna just let them have it. It does grow the shadow by a good amount. Just gonna get a field here. Well, I guess we go for broke. They have the force. Huh. Actually, if they would have days, it would have been effectively the same thing. But they don't know that. So let's get a Savannah. And I guess we play around Wasteland by sacrificing Flagstones now. We get the last plains. Oh, we're dead now. Oh, whoops. I miscounted. I thought we had one more land. Oh, shit. I fucked up. I thought we had one more land. Well, I'm an idiot, obviously. Obviously, I'm an idiot. Okay, Path to Exile, Wasteland, Spirit, Apparition. And I guess we don't care about the Rasta. I guess the pig is better than a Rasta because it means that they cannot pay mana for pay life for their stuff. So that goes, this goes, and one of these goes. Don't mind me. I'm just an idiot. I am just an idiot, just making bad plays. I still think that my play was correct, right? Because it means that we just get to lethal them. Well, I guess we didn't get to lethal them anyway. Because we only got to trigger Valakut once. Yeah, I guess I should have gotten Valakut on my opponent's send step instead of field. If I had gotten Valakut, I could have played to try to draw a Dryad and win. Well, this hand is terrible. This hand is slightly better because it doesn't have Dryad Arbor, but it's still unkeepable. Down to 5 we go. Opponent keeps 7. That can't be good for me. Give me a break, man. Give me a break. So I'm keeping this hand because this hand allows me to get lucky in a situation where I'm already mulliganing to 5. So, like, if I find a fetch land or like any land. Ugh, this is bad though. I don't think that we can win on 4 cards though. I think that we're actually 0% to win if we go down to 4 cards. So. No need to wasteland just yet. But I am probably gonna wasteland regardless. Okay. One plow gone. Land. 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 Land, let's go. And the land, right here, a land is gonna show up. Land gonna appear right here. Right here. It's gonna be Valga. Shut up, Doombreak. Get out of here. God damn. Opponent? Opponent? Valakut or Feel are effectively the same card. There's also Bojuka Bog. We have so many good options. So many good options. Caracas. No, Caracas actually casts spells. Wasteland is actually useful too. So it needs to be one of these. These are the 4 useful ones. The 4 useless ones, I mean. Yeah, Bog at least like prevents them from doing the reanimate thing, and it maybe delays a Gourmet Gangler for a turn. So Bog, it's not the end of the world. Like I would take Bog over any of the other ones. But my opponent, like, oh man, I'm stressing out so much about this. Let me know what's in the top of the deck, opponent. Let me know. Come on. Come on. Prime time. Wait, I smartly sideboarded it out. Okay, now we know what it is. So lucky. MTG Noob, thank you for the follow. We're leaning on these because this prevents both days, and it also prevents snuff out. We're gonna Zenith for Arbor. What's going on with my opponent? Did they have a seizure? Did my opponent just have a seizure and I just forgot how being a human being clicking on a computer is supposed to be done? That reminds me of one of my absolute favorite Family Guy jokes, where Peter says, "Oh yeah, this is even worse than the time I forgot how to sit," and he just stands there looking at a couch. He just stares at the couch, and then eventually just like throws himself onto the couch. It's so good. It is so good. That's peak Family Guy right there for me. That's why I like that stupid show so much. Like that is so my kind of humor. For whatever reason, that kind of stuff I just find so incredibly hilarious. I have no explanation. I don't know why that is. I really don't know why that is, but I just find that kind of humor really, really funny. My attacking... No, we play around this. I don't think I'm plowing this Delver though. But I kind of, even if I were to plow it, I would probably wait for it to flip so my opponent gains more life. Might as well set a stop. For dinner today we have some tofu with rice. It's not the fanciest lunch I've ever had, but it gets it done. It gets it done. But yeah, my wife and I are on a diet. Yeah, we're playing some modern right here. Oh, come on, really? That's the card that you reveal? The best possible fucking card that you could have revealed. That's the one that you reveal? God damn it. Alright, we're officially in trouble. Our move to 5 is not looking good. Our move to 5 is not looking good. Get 1 card to my opponent's 4 and we're behind on board. Feels Delver, man. Was that white rice and sauceless tofu? I don't know, my wife cooked it, so... I mean, I'm gonna do that. Like, they might have another one, but like, what am I supposed to do? To cheer you up, I got free bacon today in my delivered groceries from Amazon. Nice. Do you detect any flavor? No, not really, but that's not the point of eating, right? The point of eating is to have energy. Now we're on this diet, and it's not the fanciest diet, but I don't know. I mean, this is the rice that we can eat. I don't know if we can eat any kind of rice. There are some like specific rules that we gotta follow. It's cool though. Like it's been actually working. Is this when we pivot and we start attacking them? I don't think I want to path them because like I die harder to a shadow than this Delver. And my opponent didn't shuffle, so thank you for the cheer, Donnie. Look, it's not about enjoying your food, okay? It's not about enjoying food. It's about having the energy and not being as fat. That's what this is about. And tasteless tofu does it just fine. That's an effing lie. I know it is. I am very well aware that it is, but it is my current reality. It's been working. I've lost 5 kilos since we started this diet, which is pretty sick. I basically do no exercising whatsoever. Basically no exercise whatsoever. And I'm still losing weight. The funniest part is I didn't get into doing this. Like I basically did this to support my wife. Like I actually didn't really have any interest in losing weight. Like I felt fine. But you know, once you're in it, I guess. play around days here, which is nice. And unless we have, oh no, Reclaimer is not big enough. It makes me so sad. So I guess we might eventually have to, oh, never mind. Yeah, we're gonna have to path this Delver. Want to make fun of you, but also mad respect for the willpower to make yourself keep eating food you don't like. That's not the end of the world. Delver down, and we are in. This is our plan. This is our plan. My opponent never finds a threat, and we somehow get into a situation where this Dryad Arbor goes the distance. On a move to 5. Just living the dream. Thalia. Love me some Thalia. Pog. Big Pog. Get there, little tree buddy. Yeah, I know, right? Come on, Dryad Arbor. You can do it. Yes! 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 Multi 5, Dryad Arbor, sneaking in there, 1 point at a time. Just multi, I'm just gonna multi Dryad Arbor every game now. Clearly it's broken. We won the game with 3 lands total. One of them a Dryad Arbor. Oh my god. That was funny. Groot! Yeah. That was fun. That was fun. I enjoy that. I enjoyed that wholesomely. That was a wholesome win. I mean, turn 1 Dryad Arbor. Can I even mulligan this? Turn 1 Cena through Dryad Arbor? Woo! Woo! Favorite is I killed my opponent with a beefed up berserked Noble Hierarch once. Yeah. I mean, this is basically Splinter Twin, right? Basically Splinter Twin. Turn 1 green source into fetch for Dryad Arbor. Whew. We got him. We got him, chat. And they move to 6. Whew. Buckle up. Buckle up. They also misplayed and look like shit, but it still counts. Oh yeah, 100%. I also misplayed game 1, so it's only fair. Just not draw Dryad Arbor. Just not a Dryad Arbor. Yeah, I submitted my list. Move to 6. This sets me a little bit behind, potentially, but I think I'm wasting them, right? They went turn 1 land go. We're definitely wasting here, right? It's not even a question. Let's go. Oof. Let's do this, chat. It's time. It is time. I could have also passed the turn and just let my... Oh, they know! Now they know! Now they know! Respect the Arbor. Now my opponent shall respect the Arbor. Oh, wow. There was an argument there for playing Spirit of the Labyrinth, but I think that I want to play the Spirit after like we have drawn 3 from here. Oh. Oh wow. Oh wow. GG's. GG's. 4-1. I can't remember the last time I didn't just win a ton with this deck. I just can't remember. When was that? I just can't stop winning. It's like a sickness. It's like a sickness almost. It's like I want to give my opponents a chance. I want to lose, you know? I want to lose. I want to give my opponents a chance, but I just can't do it. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. How is Yasharn doing in this deck? I think Yasharn is very good in Legacy. I think this card is very, very impactful in Legacy, and it's worth the slot. I have enjoyed the pig a good amount. I have really enjoyed having access to the pig in game 1. The Living Legacy folks ask you how you win with this deck. Oh yeah, remember that was hilarious. I made a post about how I was doing really well with the deck, and everybody started shitting on it. And I'm like, yeah, there's this tournament where there's only, like, the best players are the only ones that are winning 18-2, and I went 18-2, just like Negator or something. And they're like, well, but this deck is clearly worse than just Maverick, or like stuff like that. And I'm like, dude, just just chill. Just chill. Oof seemed very sus in both games, even though it shuts down Urza. So Tartalo, when you're building a deck like this, the value of having this access to this card and 5 virtual copies of this card in game 1, this is an insta win against the Urza decks. This is very, very good against the combo decks like TES, like the Storm decks. Like, yes, sometimes you destroy it against Devil like we did earlier today, and it can potentially be game losing. But as a one-off, that if you need it, you can go get with Green Sun Zenith, the upside is so astronomically high that I think it's worth having in the main deck. So yeah, I mean, it's just what you're signing up for. Like, I might also draw Yasharn against, I don't know. I might also draw Yasharn against Snow, right? And it just doesn't do anything. I mean, I guess it's a bigger body, so it's like, it's less embarrassing to just naturally draw the Yasharn, but still, like, it's the same thing. Who is my longest subscriber? I think it might be Jay Snyder. The other day, he subbed, and it said like 26 months or something ridiculous. Yeah, Yasharn turns off Force and fetches against Snow. That's it. So, like, you're not playing Yasharn because of Snow. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, finding the 2 lanes is something that is randomly relevant. I was hoping it was you now. You came a little bit late to the party, my friend. I'm sorry, Michael. Oh, thank you, Fugit. Appreciate it. Nobody said that Cypher Pile is bad. Yes, Cypher is the only person that has 5 O's with it. That's not true. Lynn Chalice has had a lot of success with that deck as well. As a Mono Blue Karn player, I've never beaten Resolved. Oof, game 1. Yeah, we beat Mono Blue Karn earlier today. Hey, what's up, Stabs? It's not the length of the sub, it's how you use it. That's good content. That's good content. All right. Thank you for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, really appreciate you hanging out and checking out the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. It's nice going 4-on-1. Let's update that real quick. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed what you saw. We're gonna play another league. So I'll see you there. Bye bye.